If you want to learn how to research your competition and see what items are selling for on eBay, let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? My name is Sebastian. This is Resell Junkie. If you're new here, my wife and I, we sell used stuff online and we teach others how to do it. What we're talking about today is Terapeak and eBay and how you can use those two together to actually research some data, whether it's on your competition, whether it's on a product itself, or whether it's just on the general market. That's what Terapeak can do. So before we start the screencast, I actually want to make a note that to use Terapeak, you need to have an eBay store subscription or you do need to pay for it. So this is not a free feature that's included with every single eBay account. So that's something you will need to look into. Jumping into it, all we got to do is go up here and go to research. It takes you to this page and we can just kind of filter through our stuff. Let's do this, iPhone X. Let's say you found an iPhone on Facebook or whatever and you're gonna try to resell it on eBay. Let's do that. Let's select that. And we're gonna go in here. We're not gonna do the UPC or anything like that. And then here you can toggle the date range. So I want the full year's sales data, so I'm just gonna leave that like that. As far as the monetary value, I'm not concerned about that, but what I am concerned about is that the phone is used, and I also wanna know the fixed price that it's sold for. I am not interested in best offer nor auction. I want just a fixed price so I have just a clear set of data. On here you can also filter by the buyer location and by the seller location, which is really interesting because we're based in the US and we're really looking for those kinds of demographics. We don't really care about the sales data for any other country. We just really want to know what's going on here. So we're just going to toggle that on. But again, that's maybe something you don't have to select. We're just doing it for the purpose of this video. Press research. What it's going to do, it's going to formulate a bunch of data. Now, everyone knows how to look up sold listings on eBay. That's not really hard. You just filter and press sold items. That doesn't give you enough data and it doesn't present it in a way to where it's actually helpful. It just gives you all the things that sold in the 90 days, which is great. If you're at a thrift store and you just need to know what this phone is worth, that's great. But if you're a big business looking to launch a product, or say you're scrolling through Facebook and you found some guy liquidating 1 million iPhone X's. You need to understand what they're gonna sell for and how fast they're gonna sell before you actually make that purchase. This is how you research that kind of data. We can see all the data is correlated here. Let's start up here in the blue bar. We can see the average sold price is $336. You see the sold price range. I wouldn't go too far into the sold price range because people do shady stuff on eBay. They do money laundering, they just sell illegal stuff through there. So a lot of these prices could be super inflated because there's no iPhone that's worth $10,000 clearly. So just take that for a grain of salt. But the other information is pretty valid. It's a shipping. Average shipping cost is $10.95. But this, guys, 75% are offering free shipping. That right there tells me that I need to position myself to be able to offer free shipping if I'm gonna be selling an iPhone online. There's no other option. Like, you cannot charge for shipping if you're gonna try to mass sell these. It has to be free shipping because that's what your competition is doing. If you don't offer free shipping, then you're already at a disadvantage and people will probably go to another seller. Going through here too, the sell-through rate. This is something that's really important. How many of these actually have sold in the past year? Going back to the 1 million iPhone examples. What if you can buy 1 million iPhones tomorrow, but you can only sell one a year? Then that product's not valuable. It doesn't matter how much it sells for. If you're only selling one a year, it's trash. It's a waste of time. So that's what this tells you, right? It tells you how many have sold. Now the sell-through rate, they don't have it on here, but you can at least kind of get an estimate with the amount sold. So there have been 46,000 iPhone X's sold in the past year in used condition from the United States. Now that's not all the iPhone X's that have sold. There's been more, obviously, if you filter it more, but 46,000 in the past year. So that gives you a great idea as to if you can even like buy this item. We can safely assume that they're selling like, 3,000, no, that's more. Almost 4,000 iPhone X's every single month in used condition. That's a great sell-through rate. That's a lot. That's really, really awesome. So if I did have that pallet of 1 million iPhones, I would be pretty interested in buying those. You can see there's 11,000 total sellers. So this is telling me that there's a lot of big shots in this industry that are really just pretty much like supplying all of the inventory. When you have that, you have a really big issue as far as competition. If there's only 11,000 sellers and they're selling 40,000 phones, that's pretty good because that means that those guys are really, really heavy hitters. When they're heavy hitters, that means that they get things for cheap. They probably can sell things for cheaper than you can. So you will have some pretty good competition in this category in specific. but knowing these numbers actually shows you that, right? Whereas on eBay sold listings, you would never know how much competition you literally have. On here, you can see the total sales is $15 million, which is great as well. It tells you what kind of money is in this industry. I mean, $15 million over the course of 1 year of used iPhone X's, that's just one single product. And it shows you how powerful the internet really is, like how much stuff people really buy. So if anything whatsoever, if this doesn't like help your product, this can help open up your eyes to the real world of the internet and how much money is literally spent every single day on commodity items that people need. So, I mean, you can really have some fun through here. You can, I mean, it depends on how deep of a rabbit hole you want to go down with research, but I really just like to stick to this top bar. I mean, you really won't need too much more information. Besides this, I mean, this will really give you a really good head start. Now you can go down by individual sellers and see how much each phone they sold and how, you can go down that rabbit hole. But again, this is probably enough information for most people. Now these were sold listings. You can also toggle on active listings, which is interesting as well. Now these are active, and look at this. Average free shipping is 86%. So the sold listings went from 75%, now it's 86%. Also, look at this, 17% of these listings are promoted. Now, there's a lot of competition in iPhones and cell phones in general, but people also just buy them all the time. So maybe that's why the promoted listing number isn't as high as, like, say, clothing. Because clothing, there's so much competition, there's so much cheap stuff out there that like market value doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't exist, because it does, but it's not the same as an iPhone. Like, everyone knows kind of what an iPhone X is worth, what an iPhone 8 is worth. Like, there's set market trends and values to these things. So it's almost like you don't really need to pay to promote it. You kind of just need to wait your turn for someone to buy it. Sounds crazy and convoluted, but that's the way it works in my head. Like, it's a more expensive purchase, so it's not really something you have to promote to people. People that are gonna spend $400 on an iPhone, they're gonna intentionally spend that. Whereas a promoted listing for clothing, that might just be like a frivolous purchase. Whereas like people don't make iPhone frivolous purchases, right? It's just not the same. So you could probably limit your promoting costs, at least in that category. So yeah, like I said, I mean, you can go down the rabbit hole, you can go crazy into this, you can get all scientific and make graphs and charts and stuff like that. But I just wanted to open up your guys' like minds a little bit to understand what is going on in the world, what tools you have available, and how you can use those tools to position yourself, whether you're a small seller or a large seller, right? You can go in here, whatever your category is, say like you sell used men's clothing, go in here, just start looking up the statistics on used men's clothing. See what has free shipping, see how many people are promoting their listings, and then base your business decisions off of that, rather than just like listening to someone on YouTube or Reddit or a Facebook group telling you need to like run 80% promoted listings. That may not be true for you, okay? That may be so false and you just be like burning money for no reason because some chump told you you have to do this to be successful on eBay. No, the way to be successful on eBay is to understand your competition and to know what products you have and to charge accordingly for them. That is how you make it on eBay. That is how you build a six-figure business, and that is how you succeed in general. So guys, I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in more tips and tricks like this, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Did like this video, please hit that like button. It really helps our small channel grow. And if you want more stuff like this, we do have a free beginner's guide in the link below. So make sure you check that out. Until next time, guys, my name's Sebastian. Cheers.